and welcome back to the pit. In this new video I will be doing something different from the other ones I've uploaded so far. First of all, I won't be talking about bolt action. Of course, it doesn't mean that I won't be talking about bolt action again. Actually, there will be much more talking, because, you know, third edition is on the way and yada yada. Why this video is different? For once, because I want to somewhat explore some other rule systems. It won't be a detailed rule system related video, but I will just mention some of the other gaming systems that me and the guys at Friuli War Games are playing and practicing, and also because it's a kind of history video, if you will. So let me just say a few more words before going on to the video. Actually, the video itself will be divided into two parts. The first part will be a geography and history related one, when I'm going to show you some of the places, or actually the place where we went for a Renaissance fair a couple of weekends ago, me and the guys at my gaming club. Why? Because it's a beautiful city, and I think it's worth it to show it to you if you don't know it yet. The second part of the video will be actually more game related. It won't be a detailed battle report. It will be just a mention of a few other gaming systems that we actually play. This said, I don't think this will become a staple of the channel. I may do some one-offs if we happen to go to some interesting places, because actually, despite going, not only we go to conventions where we can, you know, and gaming conventions are of course great places to be. There is a lot of people that is already interested in gaming, so it's also easier to find new recruits for the club, new players, new friends. But also at times we get invited to not strictly game related events, like in this case we are talking about, again, a Renaissance fair. So we were asked by the organizers to bring some medieval themed tables, and so we took the chance, because we also believe that it's kind of our duty to bring something to others and show people what does it mean to be a gamer, and we think it can be a good teaching and learning experience for kids. Of course, kids love seeing miniatures, but their parents also enjoying seeing the discipline that is behind gaming, and I think this is a very interesting aspect. But without further ado, I will leave you to the video. Again, two parts. You can skip the history lesson if you are not interested. That is up to you. Well, that's it. Until next time, as usual, be safe and ciao ciao.
Cividale del Friuli is a city of around 10,000 people, located in the valley of the Natisone River, close to the city of Udine in northeast Italy. Archaeological findings have shown traces of the area being already inhabited since the Paleolithic and Neolithic times. At the time of the Romans, the region was settled by the Veneti and the Celts, and when the Romans themselves expanded here, they founded a castrum, a fortified military encampment, which afterwards Julius Caesar turned into a proper forum, or city, and its name changed to Forum Iulii, or Caesar's Town. In 568, the city was the first major center occupied by Alboin's Lombards as they invaded Italy, and became their first capital in the newly formed Lombard kingdom. It was after the Lombards were defeated by the Franks in 774 that Formuli changed its name in Civitas Austriae, Charlemagne's city of the East. In the year 1077, Cividale became the capital of the newly founded patriarchal state of Friuli, under the rule of the Patriarch of Aquileia, and part of the Holy Roman Empire. In the year 1420, Cividale was annexed to the Republic of Venice, and after the Napoleonic Wars became part of the Lombard-Venetian kingdom under the Austrian Habsburg Empire, and finally, in 1866, became part of the Kingdom of Italy. Most of the city main sites are connected to the town's history, especially to the Celtic, Lombard, and Venetian heritage, with museums and natural landmarks. The city of Cividale is since 2011 one of the UNESCO World Heritage Sites for its Lombard history. The city is split in half by the Natisone River, and its most famous bridge is the so-called Devil's Bridge. As in the case of many other similarly named bridges, it shares a myth of having been built over a single night by the devil himself. All in all, a city that is well worth a visit if you happen to be around. One of the most interesting cultural events in the city takes place at the end of August, and it's the so-called Palio di San Donato, or Pail of St. Donat, the city's patron saint. A weekend where the whole city center is dolled up in remembrance of the medieval period, with events, musicians, reenactors, various competitions like joust and archery, and much more. Of course, plenty of era-appropriate food being sold everywhere, plus the many shops and workshops you can find in Renaissance fairs. Good fun. And it is in this context that my gaming group, Friuli Wargames, was invited to bring a few medieval-themed gaming tables. This, of course, was a good opportunity to make ourselves known, to demonstrate people how miniature gaming works, and possibly find some new recruits. In the end, we settled for 3 tables, each with a different gaming system. The ones we settled for were Basic Impetus, Lords&Servants, and L'Art de la Guerre. Basic Impetus is a game system written and developed by Lorenzo Sartori that allows you to easily fight and recreate battles from all eras, ranging from the Sumerians to the Renaissance. Its strong point is its simplicity, as the rules are very streamlined, and the absolutely absurd amount of army lists you can possibly field. There are like 340 of them included in the manual. It doesn't work on a point system like Bolt Action, for example. The army lists are fixed, and you are given a small number of options to personalize them. Another interesting fact is that the rules are written without a specific scale in mind, but can be adapted to whatever scale you like best, be it 15mm, 28mm, or whatever other scale you prefer, since all numbers work as proportions to the length of the front of the unit you like to use. Lords&Servants is a skirmish-type game that shares its mechanics with the Smooth and Rifle game system, and allows you to recreate mostly small-scale battles in the medieval times. We play it in 28mm because we believe it's the best size for individual models to stand out, but can be adapted to other scales if needed. Unlike its more army-focused counterparts, being a skirmish game means that every model acts on its own, bar some exceptions, and has its personal equipment. Think of it like an historical Necromunda or Mordheim without the warband development aspect, if you will. But of course, it leaves plenty of room for the RPG enthusiasts to personalize their soldiers and enjoy the feeling of hopelessness as a poorly equipped farmer turned man-at-arm, when a mounted noble in full armor charges towards you. L'Art de la Guerre is another game system that allows you to play games with armies spanning from 3000 BC to the Middle Ages, and shares with the other systems the multi-scale approach. It's also meant to be easy to play and to collect, as you don't need to fill many units to play a game, and it's used a lot for tournament-style play, as a match is meant to be over in 2 hours or less, making it a very fast-paced game. Usually play it in 50mm, mainly because there are many who prefer that scale, as it makes army and scenario transportation basically a non-factor for a change.